Hello everyone, it's Julian from BD Cosmos. I'm back. We're doing 5 more books of our top 10 books to subscribe to. This is our December 2021 solicitations for February of 2022 releases. If paper's willing, of course. So we already done 5 books that were for the on the indie side of books. We look at Image books, Dynamite books, and the Blaze book. And now we're going to look over a couple of books from Marvel and a couple of books from DC. We're going to go through 2 for DC first and 3 for Marvel. And then, of course, our obligatory trade paperback that I recommend picking up this month. So, without further ado, let's go it off. We're talking about Monkey Prince. Monkey Prince was in a DC Asian Hero one-shot first appearance a couple of months back. And they were testing the character to see how it would do. But my perception is they were already ready and willing to bring out this new Asian-themed character. So the Monkey Prince is going into his very first maxi series. It's not, I don't know how many issues. I believe it's like 8 or 9. But it's a limited series. It's not an ongoing series. I can guarantee that. High points. 1, it's a $3.99 book. 2, it is the first volume for this character. And 3, it seems the character. I haven't read the Asian DC Asian. I forget the name of the title. I'm very sorry, but I didn't read the basis of the character. But from the description, it seems he's a very comedic character. So if you guys are a fan of the Harley Quinns or the Deadpool of this world, Monkey Prince is going to be right up your alley, and that's why I recommend picking up this brand new title from DC. Next up, we have a new Shazam. The new champion of Shazam is now going to be Mary Marvel. It is, for some reason, it is no longer Billy Batson. Now, I don't actually know why. I'm not a huge fan of Shazam. Like all of you have seen the movie, quite enjoyed it. But I think it's really interesting that Mary Marvel is going to be now the character for Shazam. This is again a mini series. I believe it's a 5-parter. So it's called New Champion of Shazam. I honestly, it feels very much like Jane Foster Thor, but Mary Marvel has always been a Marvel family character anyways, so just renaming her to Shazam is not like a character appropriation. She's part of the Shazam family anyways. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Mary Marvel as Shazam, and how the take on this character will be. And hopefully, in the future, both of them can coexist. I would certainly not want Billy Batson to no longer become the Shazam forever, but I'm very curious, nevertheless, to see what they're going to do as with Mary Marvel. So let's go off to Marvel Land, and of course, we can't ignore the fact that we just had the first teaser trailer for Across the Spider-Verse, and at the same time, Marvel is getting ready with the Gwenverse. So we've already had the introductions of a couple of Gwens, and now we're going to have a lot more Gwens. So obviously one of my favorite characters of all time, Gwen Stacy, as well as Mary Jane. Huge Spider-Man fan. This is not something that's unexpected coming from me. So the Gwenverse series, as well as they're redoing a facsimile edition of Edge of Spider-Verse #2 for the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. So the Gwenverse is going to be a sort of a team-up book of all the Gwens across the universe, and I'm really hoping that Gwenpool will make her return as well into this book. So 5-parter, main covers are really awesome. I forget DNA. I forget is the name the artist who does the main cover, but Greg Land is doing some awesome covers of Gwen. They're for every issue as well. I am going to be collecting them myself. They're the 5 different covers. If I'm not mistaken, it's just classic Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, Gwen in the Spider-Man costume, the Night Gwen, and then the Wolverine / X-23 Gwen that we have here. Those are the 5 covers, and 3 of them are in the same pose, and 2 of the others in a different pose. So 2 total poses, just different costumes. Really excited for anything that comes out for Gwen. We haven't had a Ghost Spider or a Spider-Gwen series since 2020, so they're moving her into a mini-series for 5 issues. The character is extremely popular. Obviously, again, across the Spider-Verse, very excited for that, so why not pick up Gwenverse for a 5-parter. I think this book is hilarious. Secret X-Men are all the characters who lost at the vote to become the new X-Men for the new X-Men team. So this was an online vote that people voted for, and the ones who got voted in by the population were the ones who got in. And then as they were revealing the characters who got in, they had like these little sequences. I was sharing them on a Facebook page of who got in, who wasn't. I thought it was hilarious. The fact that all of them are brought together as a secret X-Men team, it's a one-shot. I want to mention it, but I think it's great. I don't know who's writing this. I wish I paid attention to that, but I'm really excited. While I'm not a huge X-Men fan, this one in particular, and the fact that it mentions something about outer space, there's something about the Shi'ar Empire. Oh, Empress Zandra. So yeah, as soon as you get the space things, I'm reading a Sword, so I love Sword. So Empress Zandra with these Secret X-Men, super excited to read what they're going to do with these Secret X-Men. And last up for a mini-series, it is the new Iron Fist series. So Danny Rand is no longer the Iron Fist. We saw that with the last mini-series that ended a couple of months ago. I don't remember when exactly. And speculation is running rampant of who is the new Iron Fist. We know he's of Asian descent. I and PF have already made our call who it's going to be, and we've been buying copies of that character's first appearance if it is indeed the case. So if you've been reading Death of Doctor Strange and you've read the White Fox one-shot, you may have the same inkling that I am. Iron Fist is, we don't know. I mean, it's entirely possible it's a totally different character and we're completely wrong, but it's entirely possible it's him. So I would like you to read up on Iron Fist when it starts up in February of 2022. As well as our obligatory trade paperback, it's one of my favorite series of all time, is the Ultimate X-Men. Yes, super Mark Millar fanboy, I admit it, but the Ultimate X-Men was the X-Men run that I have enjoyed the most because it was a reboot. I have every single issue of this run of the Ultimate X-Men, whereas Ultimate Spider-Man, I think I'm missing 2 issues, probably like issue 3 and issue 7 probably. In any event, Ultimate X-Men, the full omnibus. This is the direct market variant. The classic variant, the mass market one has the classic Ultimate lines on each side. You're going to see those everywhere, whereas this one, it's going to be, because it's direct market, it's very special. I was a huge fan of what they did with Ultimate X-Men, and I think it still holds up today. So I highly recommend picking up this omnibus for the Ultimate X-Men that should honestly come out July from now, but you need to subscribe to it right now to make sure that I order enough. I'm going to be ordering, but it's still an X-Men omnibus, and I don't know how, versus the Spider-Man one, I ordered a lot, but I don't know how much people are going to care about the Ultimate X-Men, even though it was very, very popular back in the day. And I don't know how many people even want to pick up the omnibus. The other fact is, we hope that we'll see a volume 2 next year, so in 2022, for a 2023 release, to continue the run, because there's a lot more Ultimate X-Men right after this. Well, that was really fast, guys. Not much. It's all like, most of them miniseries or one-shots. Actually, yeah, every single one of them are miniseries. So it's really easy for each of you to click on subscribe to any of these books if any of them are just remotely interesting to pick up. Now, of course, there might be another Marvel or DC title that you think, oh man, why didn't he mention that one? Please let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, Like every other YouTube video, please like and subscribe to our page. And please let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see us do on our YouTube channel. We're going to try to expand into this heavily in 2022. Thank you so very much. I hope you guys enjoy any of the recommendations we did here today. And as always, have yourself a wonderful day and keep reading.